Vermont lawmakers took a big step towards banning unserialized firearms in the state, also known as ghost guns. A bill called the Vermont Ghost Guns Act passed through the state Senate almost unanimously this week and will now move on to the House for consideration. ABC 22's Matt Holderman was in Senate chambers today. He is now live in the newsroom with more on this bill.
Yeah, Lauren, ghost guns have become a major talking point nationwide over the past few years. And while they're a lot less common here in Vermont, there have been a handful of criminal cases involving ghost guns, including a shootout in Pownell.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed indicate by saying nay.
No. With all but 3 legislators voting yes, the Vermont Senate passed the Ghost Guns Act Thursday afternoon. The goal of the bill is to essentially outlaw ghost guns, which are privately made, often 3D printed firearms that don't have serial numbers and therefore can't be traced. U.S. Justice Department data shows they've been popping up a lot more across the country over the last few years in particular, especially in gun violence or drug-related cases.
So this requires people to basically go through the background check in order to serialize a manufactured firearm.
Taking the lead on the bill was Senator Dick Sears, who says ghost guns quietly made their way into his hometown a few years ago. According to the Bennington Banner, that included one case in March of 2022 where Bennington police seized a fully loaded ghost gun during a search. And in another case earlier that year in Pownell, state police found a ghost gun at a home on Route 7 not long after getting reports of a shootout.
I visited my local sheriff, and there it was. He had confiscated. It was in his evidence locker, showed it to us, and said it's amazing. And I had no idea what was going on in my backyard.
If the bill eventually becomes law, it would prohibit the possession and transfer of ghost guns in Vermont, with potential fines and jail time as consequences. The 3 senators who voted against the bill were all Republicans, including Minority Leader Randy Brock, whose lawn stood against pieces of gun control legislation. But with the 4 other Republican senators siding with Democrats and progressives on this bill, Sears says it sends a strong message.
Well, I think that's really gratifying. The only other time I can remember was when we did the red flag law. So it's very unusual to get 26 senators supporting a bill that has to do with firearms.
And before the bill was passed today, it did go through an amendment Wednesday afternoon in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senate President Pro Tem Phil Baruth says the amendment they made essentially added language to the bill, making sure that people who have unserialized firearms but are on their way towards getting it serialized won't face any penalties as long as they go through with making the gun traceable. For now, live in the newsroom, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.